Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Guess the WN8, where my viewers submit games and I have to guess their stats based on nothing but their gameplay. If I get within 2% of their wins or 250 of their WN8, I win. Otherwise, I give them some gold for fooling me with their ravenous gameplay. Now, we have a paid submission here. You want to find out more about how to guarantee that your gameplay is used, you can look in the description for details. £10 and you get your gameplay guaranteed to appear. Is this a default ammo loadout? 15, 10, 10? You got 10? My man, you don't have old meta HE pen. This ain't no T110E3 Object 268. You ain't got 1,100 alpha damage. It's 980 with 76 pen. That ain't remarkable. Yeah, there's 20 clear 15s and a barn, another DBV, but you ain't penning much with that. There's a Shandon as well, but that spaced armor is going to throw you to hell, and I will laugh. Anyway, binos! There are binos on this setup, and that makes me very unhappy. I recently released a short on YouTube about why binos are a bad choice of equipment. They are very inflexible. Their use is really not prevalent for TDs, because TDs are about shooting. And if you shoot, you're generally going to get spotted 99% of the time. You're going to have to move. Binos really aren't good. So, let's see what we can do. It was a low noise as well, I believe. I think I've got to adjust the volume. Hang on. Alright, there we go. Audio sorted. Now you can hear my dulcet tones as I ramble relentlessly about this man's gameplay. Now, committing out onto the field here, certainly viable for DBV, although I have a few questions about why the FE40045 is following him out here. Given that we have a Shandon in the game, Shandon 420 meters of view range, an interesting dichotomy when compared to the T100LT with 390, both tier 10 light tanks there, 30 meters of view range apart. That's at least a couple of tiers for most other vehicles. Now, we got .32 accuracy. Death Star taking a hit there. Doesn't tell us a lot about the Shandon. If he was closer to the field, it would. .32 accuracy, 1.6 second aim time, 800 alpha damage. A lot of people, including myself, for a while, think of the DBV as having 750, interesting. 750 alpha actually doesn't, it has 800, which makes a 1.6 second aim time, 281 millimeters standard pen, 2030 with premium, even better. And certainly a mobile tank as well. Flexibility is good too, fully traversable turret, unlike some that are blessed with this manner of gun performance. You've got to be asking questions about where the Shandon is at this point. Yes, the T100 is making headway, but certainly has better camo on the move than the DBV. Then again, the DBV has quite frankly ridiculous camo. It is over twice the camo of those Glow 15s on the enemy team. Yes, over 2 times as good as the stealthy German TD, which, to be fair, is not particularly stealthy at all. Quite bad camo on the Glow 15. But the DBV has even better camo than the Object 268, which is a subtle TD, one that you wouldn't expect to be so subtle, based on the hull of the IS-8, formerly known as the IS-8, now the T-10. So, how does it have much better camo than the heavy tank variant? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Now, interesting, sticking to the map border here, very stupid gameplay, I would argue. We still don't know exactly where that Shandon is dwelling. Getting out here is going to provide us some security, utilising the 7 degrees of gun depression all the way around the tank to enable that vehicle. Interesting to mention, actually, I was playing the WZ120 the other day, and the WZ120 is known for terrible gun depression, right? 3 degrees of gun depression. Or at least it was, because now it's 5.5, which is insane. I played over 200 games. You just hit the top of that guy's gun and not pen a HE shell. That's Well done. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, WZ. I played over 200 games, that's nice, in the WZ. And after a while, you instinctively know where you're not going to be able to shoot. And I'm telling you that shot on the Leopard, you then had to come all the way over here. There won't seem to be open in the WZ-120 to get that shot. It's just interesting because I played on Westfield with the WZ-120, and Westfield, one of the maps with that particular tank, I mean, you have nightmares about it. WZ drivers wake up in a cold sweat thinking about Westfield and Leadshire and the hill on Himmelsdorf, you crashed in it, stuff like that. 5.5 degrees of gun depression now. I felt like a new man when I was working on that map. It's truly astounding. This man's just pinned 2 HE shells, making me out a liar. I was critiquing the ammo choice at the start of the game, and to be fair, I still will, because 10 HE shells on this tank is pretty damn questionable. That said, 800 alpha damage does make it less pressed for ammo than the 750 alpha gun, at least slightly. Now, what do we want to think about? We want to think about the possibility of aggression. We're with the light tank here. If the T100 LT wants to spot aggressively, I was going to say the LT's going to spot, but we've got a goddamn T57 heavy scouting right now. Okay, he had 57 FPS when he made that shot. So, I was thinking maybe he's like a slideshow player. He had like 2 FPS. Nope. He was basically 60 FPS. He just donkeyed that shot straight over. Okay, here comes another HE shell. See if we can pin it. What is it? 980 alpha damage? Side of the target or side of the hull? Don't shoot the front hull. Okay, okay. Fine. Vickers is moving up, and honestly, you take forward position right now. You take forward position, you take high ground with that Vickers. Just because you're a TD doesn't mean you don't have hit points, you don't have assertive power. Okay, go. Come on, high ground, assertiveness. Gonna get up there and get stuck in. These are the shots you want to be getting by getting forward. Okay, cool. Stagnancy is very indicative of sort of a mid-level player. At this point, I'm going with sort of 52. I have to check out the end game play. But certainly, more aggression would have been shown from a more experienced player at this point. But he's going forward here, which is kind of making me feel 53. So we want to go forward and we want to obtain the high ground. We don't want to be scared about trading with this level 15 right now. What are we using our hit points for? Right? We've got 1,750. That is a lot of hit points at this stage of the game. Look at these tanks. Type 71 was blessed at the start of the game. 2,270. Now has less than us. STB1 had more. Now has less. Rhino had more, now has less. This is the stage of the game where you can start to assert yourself in your fragile tanks, because now you have more hit points than any enemy team. And what do TDs have? Better guns, generally speaking, than what they're going to oppose. Right? So at this point, you can start trading. You can start saying, okay, I'm going to spend my health to do this, because you're beaten up, you're going to die before I am. It's the benefit of playing defensively at the start and then coming into your own in the late game. It's very characteristic of good autoloader play and opportunistic TD play. So we want to not be scared here. We want to assert ourselves. Don't trade at distance. I thought you were going to miss that, quite honestly. Really poor play by the Grill, committing forward there. Should have just traded the ball and back. You can leave this to the Vickers. We'll get the reload. Wonderful. Okay. So, now we take high ground. Now we assert ourselves. We cannot be one-shot, barring a Amarak or a very high roll from a derp Sheridan. So we got that assertive power. And high ground is nice, opportunism is nice, but let's not be too patient. We need to be taking kills at this point. The enemy team have advantage. Why do they have advantage? Because they're in a town fight with heavies. That's their game state. You don't need to be sitting on the side here because heavy tanks in the town fight aren't going to look to expose themselves to these angles. But you have a certain amount of power. You have team around you. You can dictate, because the rules of dictation are high ground, cover, support. Those are the basic ways that you can assert control over an engagement. You can be higher than the opposition because it's harder for them to go from low ground to high ground than it is for you to go from high ground to low ground, so it puts you in an advantage state. It's a method of dictation. If you have hard cover, that is mitigation capacity. You can hide behind it. You can delay a combat by dancing around a tank. It's another way of dictating how the combat goes. Teammates surrounding you, right? That is another method of dictation, because you take a shot, you fall back behind your team, the enemy aren't going to push that. But now, team are kind of faltering. Now we're going into the town. Now that we've lost basically every one of the advantages that I just talked about, the primary dictation ability that we were going to use before was team. You pick someone in the town that you don't want to die on your team, and you go. And you support that angle. You provide another gun, so that even if they do take the kill, you can pound them in return. Passivity has been a prevalent problem in this gameplay for sure. Sheridan's up. That is an extremely valuable shot. Are you missing an eyebrow? Yes, fine sir, I am. Or, to be more apt, my eyebrow is missing me. It's very sad, but it went off and had a family. And we all hope it's doing well. Oh, unfortunate. Okay, you've got time. 705 is isolated. If you kill the 705, you've got 3 tanks to defend base. Come on! What's the most isolated and weakest position that the enemy team have right now? The 705A. He is the most isolated. So, try to attack him. You've got health, right? I understand the desire to defend the base, but the enemy have a Sheridan here? If you attack base, you're almost doing it solo. Ooh. Okay. Couldn't reverse behind cover to fire that. Now I'm worried about the 705 angle. Type 71 should be spotting the 705. Okay, 705 just fired. Useful info. There's not an awful lot that I can complain about with that one. I mean, it happens. Maybe you can just aim a little bit higher or just aim a little longer. Got an aim time of 1.6. You know, it's not unreasonable to think that you could fully aim that. Don't fire. Just invite him in. Grill misses, my god. Okay. Poor endgame play. I mean, it worked. Poor play can work. It does work. Otherwise, random battles would be very confusing. But again, mutually supported positions in endgame. Don't. You weren't spotted, my man. What's the rush? What, are you expecting him to activate binos? What is the rush? What? Why rush that shot? I don't understand. Why do you not just wait? Did that man just get gun trolled? Hang on. We're checking this. I think the dead Death Star just blocked that shot. Oh my god, that's the imp. It did hit the gun. It did hit the gun. This is impact. These sparks are not... That doesn't happen when you fire the gun. That only happens when it is. The shell hit the Death Star gun. Oh no. I love it. Okay. Cool. Right. I mean, it's 51% at this point. It is 51. This is okay. This is... I mean, just... Why not just stay at this... Like, you had a... Okay, well, this is the worst possible position. Why are you not looking left? Why are you looking? You want to aim for longer. At least aim to where he was last. Oh, God. Oh, I'm in a lot of pain. Okay, we're getting the angle. All right, can we circuit around town, please? We don't want to find him just aimed around the corner. Can we... We got 3 minutes. We got our 50 kph top speed. Circle around town. Let's poke up on the hills here. Alright, Cap is bait right now. Okay. Electrical tape was used by an anime character in Fooly Cooley as replacement eyebrows. Was it now? Fascinating. Okay, so... The possibility here is to poke high at K9 and hope he's facing the other way. But, I mean, you have a lot more real estate to go in the low ground, right? Yes, it's tempting to get close to the Cap and then poke, but I really don't think you need to. You have so much foliage through which that you can approach in the low ground here. You could even go straight across there if you wanted to. Just poke in this area, because it gives you a lot more real estate, right? In here, I guess it's conceptual, right? Because the 705A knows that you can't come from this angle. Right? Is the house in the Cap? No, it's not. Okay, so we're expecting the 705 at the I'd position like here, I think. Probably around here would be my position. Aimed that way. See what I could do. But I don't like coming directly from the corner, because let's say you both miss, right? The flexibility of this position is limiting. Because half of your options, literally an entire 180 degrees of options, are cut off. Whereas if you approach from this area, you can re-egress this way, you can re-egress this way. But if you poke here, the enemy knows that you can only re-egress in the same place or this way. And it just limits your options that you can present to the enemy, which I fundamentally don't like. So I'm thinking poking further left here is more apt. In my humble opinion. I don't like poking up to the guy. It might well work. I don't particularly like it. 7 degrees of gun depression. You will spot. And this is the problem that I specified earlier that I don't particularly like. We limit our options. It looked like he was thinking about leaving Cap. So this is where I would have looked at... Oh, God. Why is everyone fucking made of spaghetti? Like, why are you loading HE? My man, you're not a shit, man. You ain't gonna do goddamn 150... Oh, God. What are you... Everything is spaghetti. This entire game is just spaghetti. I mean, this is a golden place to poke right now. No logical player would expect this angle. Oh, God. Dude, it's like 50 or under. It is 50 or under. It's probably like 49. I'm thinking I've lost that game. Yup. But in fairness, this guy tried as well. Probably was playing bad because of stress. Yeah, I get that a certain amount. At least it doesn't have dystonia. That's a bitch, let me tell you. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, let me know. That's a name that I recognize, actually. I'm thinking 49 is fair. I mean, I like the fact that he moved up. He didn't count the entire game, but passivity was a constant problem throughout the game. And then it was like a pendulum. Went from one way to the other. You went from complete passivity to taking shots that you shouldn't have. Like, the shot out there, like, when you're locating along there and we don't get spotted, just stop. Right? We knew we weren't spotted. We're not in a rush. Why do we take the shot? All we do is wait. You know what happens? That 705A goes, oh, I guess he's in front of me because he hasn't taken the shot. And he pulls forward and you kill him. It's very simple. It's composed. It's a simple end game. Right? That is a missed opportunity and it's panic. We don't like panic. Panic isn't useful. So that was poor. And again, sort of moving up here aggressively when we could just relocate and play distance, right? And again, taking angles of approach where we can be ambushed, where he could have gone back towards here and be aiming down this corner. It's taking a lot of risks that we don't need to. And endgame play, limiting yourself. It's entirely possible in an endgame like this that we end up in a situation like we did where we bounced the first shot. Right? We don't get that when you set. And so in that, I guess he was loading HE at the end, thinking about just getting the internet just to buy more time. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, poking up there, it's a lack of flexibility, right? Which I discussed why I don't like that. The positioning around the building at the end, like, I understand the desire to avoid proxy, but I mean the risk of getting out there was wild. So, yeah, I mean, what you can do in that endgame situation, you can just wait for proxy, because if he proxies you, yeah, it's hard to win a sideswipe fight against a 705A, but he never catches you, right? And once he dictates himself into a position where he's trying to sideswipe around there, then you can run to that house, right? Then you have certainty over when you can get away, which I like a lot better. So I am going to go with 49.10, and I'm going to go with, what's an unreasonable WN8? 200 WN8 and one more eyebrow. No, let's go 1.1, shall we? 1,153. Ooh, 250,000 channel points for yes. Interesting. God damn. Okay. Right, let's see. Ooh, I wasn't that far off, you know. So I did 1,153 WN8 and 49.10 win rate. Okay, so another win for me. The answer, chat, was yes. Yes, I did. So that is a large amount of channel points for, well, I guess not that many, because not many people voted for no, but yeah, 252,688 channel points go to who? Lake Nightstar and 3 others. Enjoy those channel points. Be sure to use them to spawn silly things on us in Lethal Company. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Look in the description for the next and previous episodes in this series. You can find the playlist there as well. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and farewell. Bye-bye.
And his what skills are legendary, brutal stuff, like he does a thing and screws it up. But the World of Tanks is kindergarten, childish software, real men play armored warfare, PvE. And his business model is actually insane, making money off of stuff but doesn't have to play a game. Also his leadership skills are dope as fuck. He says YOLO up for